Psychology says sometimes the strongest emotions are the hardest to express, and often the people who care the most stay silent the longest. But no matter how much someone tries to hide it, the truth finds a way to reveal itself through actions, through words left unsaid, and through the emotions they constantly battle deep inside. Today, we will explore 20 powerful psychological signs that show someone might be secretly fighting their feelings for you. These signs are often subtle yet incredibly revealing, so listen closely because you may finally find the answers you have been silently searching for in someone's behavior. Sign 1: they avoid eye contact but always notice you. They rarely look directly into your eyes, yet somehow they are, always aware the moment you enter a room. Their gaze follows you when you are not looking, and they may quickly look away the instant you turn toward them. Psychology calls this avoidant attention, a behavior commonly seen in people hiding emotional vulnerability. This is because eye contact feels like exposure. It feels like their true emotions might leak out if they hold your gaze too long. They protect themselves by looking away, but their unconscious attraction still betrays them in subtle ways. Sign 2: their mood changes around you. When you are near them, their energy shifts noticeably. Sometimes they go from calm to nervous, or from confident to quiet. This emotional roller coaster is not random. It is the direct effect of suppressed emotions trying to surface. Their heart is desperate to express itself, yet their logical mind keeps pushing those feelings back down. They live in an inner conflict where their emotions fight for freedom, but fear forces them into silence. Sign 3: they ask indirect questions about your love life. They never directly confess "I like you," but they will ask questions like, "So are you seeing someone, or maybe your type must be really hard to impress?" These questions are not meaningless curiosity. They are subtle emotional checkpoints carefully designed to test the waters without exposing their own heart. They want to know if you are available without openly admitting why they care so much about the answer. Sign 4: they become overly logical around you. Instead of showing open affection, they try to act smart, witty, or emotionally neutral. Psychology describes this as an intellectual defense mechanism. By leaning into logic, they attempt to hide behind rationality, because raw emotions make them feel vulnerable. They believe appearing composed is safer than exposing how deeply they actually feel. Sign 5: they get jealous but fail to hide it when they see you talking to someone else. Maybe their tone suddenly changes. Maybe they make a sarcastic comment, or they go completely quiet. Jealousy is one of the hardest emotions to disguise, because it emerges from unspoken feelings. When someone is secretly invested in you, they cannot help but react when their fear of losing you surfaces, even if they never say why. Sign 6: they initiate conversations but keep them short. They will message you with a simple "hey" or ask a small question, and then disappear. It is not because they are uninterested, but rather because they are emotionally restrained. They crave your attention. They want to hear your voice, but they fear saying too much and exposing themselves. So they keep the exchanges brief, but meaningful. Sign 7: they remember the smallest details about you. Things you may have mentioned once in passing, like your favorite song, your childhood memory, your dislike of a certain food, or how you prefer your coffee. They recall it all even when you have forgotten you ever said it. This is because when the heart is emotionally involved, details matter to them. Everything about you becomes significant. Sign 8: they open up about many things but never about their feelings for you. They may share their past struggles, family issues, secrets, and vulnerabilities. Yet when it comes to directly admitting what they feel for you, they shut down. Why? Because admitting those emotions would mean risking rejection, and they are not yet ready to gamble with their heart. Sign 9: they laugh too easily around you. Even jokes that are not particularly funny spark laughter from them. This is not simply humor, it is nervous affection. Laughter becomes a coping mechanism to release the overwhelming emotions they feel when they are emotionally exposed around you. Sign 10: their friends act strange around you. Have you noticed their friends teasing them, smiling knowingly, or behaving differently when you are near? That is because no matter how much they try to hide it, the secret is never fully hidden. Those closest to them often sense the truth even before they openly admit it. Sign 11. They try to give you advice or guidance. They may offer help with career decisions, relationship questions, or even daily struggles. This is not just friendliness, it is a subconscious attempt to create value in your life. They want to matter to you. They want to be someone who adds meaning without needing to directly confess anything. 12. They avoid physical closeness but notice every touch. They may shy away from long hugs, sitting too close, or brushing hands. Yet if it happens, they freeze for a second because even the smallest physical contact ignites the storm of emotions they have been suppressing. Their body betrays what their words are too afraid to admit. Sign 13. They suddenly disappear and then return. One moment they are close, the next, they become distant. Psychologists call this the push-pull dynamic. When someone is emotionally conflicted, they pull away to regain control of their overwhelming feelings, but eventually they return, because those feelings are far too strong to ignore. Sign 14. They use humor to deflect emotional moments. Whenever things start to get too serious or emotional, they quickly crack a joke. Humor becomes their armor, their shield to protect themselves from being too vulnerable around you. It is never meant to hurt you. Instead, it is their way of coping with the fear of exposing their true feelings. Sign 15. They watch your social media closely, but rarely engage. They view your stories, they like your posts silently, yet they stop themselves from commenting or reacting too openly. It is their way of staying connected from a distance without crossing the invisible line they fear so deeply. Sign 16. They compliment you indirectly. Instead of directly saying you are beautiful, they might say you always seem confident. Instead of admitting I like you, they might say people must enjoy being around you. These are disguised compliments carefully designed to express affection without leaving them too exposed. Sign 17. They get nervous when you become vulnerable. When you open up emotionally, they may suddenly get awkward, anxious, or overly eager to fix everything. This is because your vulnerability touches their own hidden emotions and forces them to confront how deeply they actually feel, which terrifies them. Sign 18. They drop hints through music quotes or jokes. They may send you songs that say what they cannot verbalize or share quotes that sound like indirect confessions. Sometimes they even joke about feelings as if it is not serious, when in reality, the joke carries real truth. Hidden in these things are the emotions they are still not brave enough to say aloud. Sign 19. They mirror your behavior. They begin using your favorite phrases, mimicking your gestures, or even reflecting your energy. This is called mirroring in psychology, and it is a subconscious sign of emotional alignment and attraction. When someone mirrors you, it shows they are unconsciously connected to you. Sign 20. They look at you like you are the only person who exists in that moment. Sometimes you may catch them staring in silence with a pause so deep, it feels like the world fades away, leaving only you. But the instant you notice, they quickly pretend nothing happened. Because for that 1 second, their heart revealed the truth, and they were not ready for you to see it. If you notice these signs in someone, remember that love is not always loud. Sometimes it whispers quietly from behind a wall of fear. Just because someone has not openly said it does not mean their heart is not screaming it inside. The choice to confess or to hide always belongs to them. But while you should never wait endlessly for love that refuses to fight for you, you should also never ignore the signs when someone's soul is quietly asking for your presence. Because sometimes the deepest love is the one that does not need to be spoken aloud. It only needs to be felt, understood, and seen.